In a sleepy North Miami warehouse district, right behind me, lies musical history, a lot of it. This is Criteria Studios, and for the last 60 years, this state-of-the-art production facility has churned out hit record after hit record by the likes of James Brown and the Bee Gees, all the way up to artists of today like Nicki Minaj. We go and sit down with Trevor Fletcher, the studio manager who literally grew up here. You can kind of even feel a little bit of magic around because of all the incredible talent that's passed through these doors.
Ghosts are still in the wall,
Yes.
and it's a pleasure to have you guys here.
Thank you so much. So the studio is celebrating its 60th anniversary, which I'm sure makes it one of the most venerable, if not the most venerable studio in all of South Florida.
South Florida on the planet.
In 1958, when this place first opened, do you have any idea of, what was the neighborhood like? Was there anything around?
Sure, there were pine trees. That was it. Pine trees, dirt roads. Originally, our phone number was Miami 5611.
Wow.
So if that gives you any kind of idea. We have 7 studios now, and yeah, I mean, they're all acoustically correct. They're well built by the finest builders, the acousticians, so on and so forth.
And this studio here, Studio A, this is the big one. You can track an entire orchestra in here.
Absolutely. Did last week and will next week. So yeah, we do everything from, a live Bon Jovi concert here to, the Miami Symphony Orchestra.
Originally, this place was opened by a musician named Mac Emerman. He was a jazz musician, and I read that he liked to go around and tape live shows and record people, and he kept his gear in his car. Were most of the early recordings here on the jazz style, or was there more variety going on too?
Absolutely. He was a jazz trumpet player, and he had a recording space kind of in his living room, and his family got pissed off and finally got him to leave and have a freestanding building, and so he came here. And yeah, a lot of it was jazz, a lot of it was his friends, and it was, he would basically record anything he could get his hands on. So he was passionate about the music and the people making the music.
Today you still have so many artists coming through, and to me, incredible that you're available for these high-level artists such as Ricky Martin, Nicki Minaj, people like that, but you're also a studio that local people can rent out and use. Miami's New Deco Ensemble just made a record here, right?
Yeah, we've always done, the struggling jazz musician scraping together a couple of dollars to do recordings, to the James Brown session, to, Ahmad Jamal, to Duke Ellington Orchestra, to, we used to score the Jackie Gleason show in this room, so it's always been a wide range of stuff. I mean, we did, Marilyn Manson's first record, we did the Mavericks' first record, it's people that are local bands that, blew up. We do every conceivable type of music.
One of the things I love about Criteria is that all over the walls you can see all these incredible plaques celebrating some of the gold, platinum, and multi-million selling songs that were made right in this building. We've got REM right here, classic, Automatic for the People, 1992. I definitely am a huge fan of this record. So amazing to learn it was made right here in my hometown. Some incredible movie soundtracks you may have heard of. A little movie called Grease, a little movie called Saturday Night Fever. Criteria in general is very closely associated with the Bee Gees. They had one of the studios booked out for years or something like that, I read.
All the studios, I mean, they're part of the reason we have so many rooms. The Gibbs would come in and they'd be working on a project, and we couldn't fit anybody else in, so we built another room. Fortunately, they chose Miami to make their home, and we did, I don't even know how many, 5, 6, 7 albums with them.
So you know more about this place than anyone, and that's because you've worked here for 30 years, and that's amazing. And you got started because your mom worked here.
1969 or so, my mom started answering the phones here. So when we recorded Layla, Derek and the Dominoes, and Eric Clapton and Duane Allman, with Tom Dowd, of course, I was on the other side of the wall in the dub room asleep at 5 because she couldn't find a babysitter. So yeah, I've been around. I know where all the bodies are buried. I used to be the little kid running around getting kicked out of sessions and stuff like that, and now it's like I'm the one that's kicking people out of sessions, so full circle.
Full circle.
This is Studio D. This room was probably built in 1978, 79, something like that. And one of the concepts behind of having so many different rooms is they all have a unique acoustic footprint, and so that they can be utilized largely like another instrument. So if you're cutting vocals and you want a very small, dead, warm room, you can go into a smaller environment or what have you and achieve what you want, as opposed to having to work hard in a big live room to isolate the vocalist and things of that nature. So
there's probably artists and producers that have their
favorite
favorites,
rooms.
yeah.
Exactly. It's crazy too, because on a Monday I'll come give somebody a tour and they say, oh, absolutely, this room, I can feel it, I really want to work in here, I love the vibe of this room. And then Tuesday I'll come in and somebody will say, no, I don't like this room, I like the red room, whatever. And so it's different strokes for different folks. It's a combination of, from the colors to the acoustics of the room to the console to the tape machines to the signal processors. It's all about the collection of the tools that are at your disposal.
We got Bob Marley, we got Eric Clapton, we got Britney, we got Fleetwood Mac, more Eagles, Rod Stewart, Bob Dylan. I mean, it is really kind of overwhelming as a music lover to come to a place like this, and walking around, you really can kind of feel the energy here. The fact that all these people and all this music lived and was birthed right here. Incredible.